What's up, guys? I'm doing a little show and tell today. As most of you know, I've been getting into reloading here lately, and starting to get pretty good with it. I have a 410 shotgun. Absolutely love it. It may not be good for much, but I really enjoy, plinking with it, and it does get a squirrel now and then. The problem is you cannot find 410 shells, and when you do find them, you're going to pay for them, and chances are they're not the load that you want. So I finally just went ahead and said, you know what, forget it, I'm just going to start reloading. So I put in a little order. I'm going to show you what I got, and maybe I might try to stumble through one. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do the show and tell, and then off camera figure out what I'm doing, and then come back with a video with that. But anyway, without any further ado, let's get into it. I've really been looking forward to getting these packages today. I watched a few other videos on YouTube of somebody demonstrating how to use one of these items that I got, and it looks fairly simple. Of course, it's simple to him. It's probably going to be a nightmare for me, but that is yet to be seen. Alright, first off, this is my package from Ballistic Products. They do all kinds of reloading components, shot shells and metallic cartridges. First off, I've got my bag of wads. They're cute little things, very tiny, decent prices in today's terms anyway. I got 250 of these for $9, I believe it was. It's not horrible. Here are my holes. That is 100 primed Cheddite holes. Never really messed with Cheddite before. Never really heard of them until I started ordering, but it's pretty much the only thing you can find right now. So I went with it. That is, like I said, that's 100 holes primed, and I want to say I paid 20 bucks, 21, something like that. I went ahead and ordered these. I didn't know if I would really need them for what I'm going to do initially or not, but I ordered them anyway because I'm always experimenting, and these might come in handy for an experiment. Overshot cards. That's 500 of them. I think I paid $9, which these would be very easy to make yourself, but I felt like being lazy, so I got them. Boy, 10 pounds is a lot heavier when you're actually holding it. Got 10 pounds of number 6 copper plated lead. That's pretty heavy. They gave me a decal. Sweet. Product catalog came in here. That's also pretty cool. Definitely be looking at that. Alright. We put these to the side because that's not all that I ordered, although that is all from Ballistic Products. Well, somewhat. They also they got several different reloading manuals, including this one that is Cheddite specific, all different gauges. They have this in a physical copy or a downloadable copy. I didn't think about it until after I'd placed my order for all my components, so I went ahead and got the downloadable version and just printed it out myself. There is a lot of information in this book. This is over, let's see, it's about 130 pages, give or take. Alright, next. And this was pretty cool. I was searching different presses for 410. Unfortunately, there is not a Lee load all for 410. There is a mech, and I was that close to ordering that mech until a friend of mine informed me about this, and I started looking at it, and it looked really cool. The mech is around 300, give or take. This one, actually there was no sales tax and there was no shipping, so this was $89.96 flat. It looked cool. Need to sharpen that blade a little bit, I think. Alright, this is a 410 survival loader kit. This is designed to throw in your backpack. You can be, doing some loads out in the field or what have you. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do all my loads in the comfort of the house with the air conditioner. But it is designed for that purpose. Comes in a real small little box. You could fit that in your pocket if you really wanted to. And they had these for multiple gauges. They had 12 gauge, 20, 410. I want to say 16, maybe. I'm not positive on that. Got your instruction manual here. Shows you all the different steps. And it's basically just a little toolkit. You got all the stuff in there. I'm going to pull everything out and show it to the camera. I'm probably not going to name everything correctly just yet because I still don't really know what it all is. I do know this is a ramrod, and you got your D-primer on the one end. D-primer on one end and just ramrod for shoving down holes, or I'm sorry, wads, shot, that kind of stuff. It's your little funnel. Fits perfectly. Actually, I have a old spent hole right here. Let me just play with it for a second. This is, from what I've seen, this is dual purpose. It is your funnel, but you can also shove it in there to kind of bail out the rim of your hole, especially for the ones that are once fired, what have you. Just kind of put the little flare on there. All right, this is multi-purpose from what I've seen. You got one side, if you need to resize your brass, you can resize it. I believe it's with this side. Yeah, that's going to be your resizing. This is if you don't feel like resizing. Plus, once you get all your components packed in there, you're going to be using this to set that crimp and everything. Again, I'm probably saying all this completely out of order. I'm just telling you what I've seen online. Not really sure what that is right off the bat. I do know. Okay, this is the crimp starter. You pretty much shove that in there to kind of get that crimp going in the right direction. Yeah, see, that's just to start it. You gotta set the crimp in another way. I believe this is what you use to actually set the crimp. Let me try it right quick. pretty sure I'm doing something out of order, but this is just for practice. Yeah, moving on. Excuse me. Here is another type of ramrod. Not really sure. After looking at everything, I think I am going to turn the camera off after the show and tell portion so I can figure this stuff out. Here's your block. Multi-stage block. I know there's one for depriming, one for setting the primer, and a couple others. Again, I'm not sure. But anyway, that pretty much concludes the show and tell portion. So I'm going to turn the camera off now and see if I can figure this stuff out. To be continued. Alright guys, so I made a few attempts off camera. And as far as the actual loading process goes, it's very easy, but the crimping is what I'm going to need work on. As you can see here, that looks terrible. My second attempt is only slightly better. The third attempt I think is the best so far, but it's still not quite right. But I'm going to make one last attempt and kind of show you what I'm doing. Now I did determine that on my last one that was kind of almost slightly good. Sorry about that phone call. You can probably hear all the heavy wind outside. We've been having some pretty bad storms lately. Got another one rolling in soon, so I'm going to try to hurry this up. I did determine that it was a little bit easier if I go ahead and do my crimp starter first. So I just put that little deal in there. It's got all the little star patterns inside that bore. Just kind of put it in there, press it on home a little bit. So I've kind of got that crimp started. I'm going to give it one more little squeeze. Then I'm going to open it back up. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let me open that back up. I'm going to take my funnel, stick it in there, and kind of use that bevel to kind of flare that out a little bit. And got a bad camera angle, so I'll try to hold up everything I'm doing so you can see it. In my little block, I'm just gonna set that in there so I can work. Let me see if I can angle this down a little bit. There we go. Alright, I got that set in there. Put my funnel back in, and I've already got shot and powder pre-measured out. Drop my powder in there. Take my wad, put it in, and ram it on down. I'm going to take my shot, and it doesn't really work that good in this funnel, but I'm going to slowly do it anyway because I figured out that's how I lose less. Alright, I'm going to give it another little tap just to make sure they're all seated. Back to the crimp starter. See, it's starting to form back again. Give it another little good push. Alright, so now I'm going to take that and stick it in there like so. Give it a little squeeze just to kind of flatten it out a little bit more. And I'm not trying to actually show you how to do this. I'm just doing a quick demonstration because I still got a lot to learn. So now I'm going to take my shell and stick it in here. And this is my crimp cedar. And just kind of go to town on it. Maybe go a little more. This one might actually turn out halfway decent. Of course, now that I've said that, it's going to look horrible just like the other ones. I'm just pushing in and kind of twisting just a little bit. Still got a ways to go. I'm going to put that back in there one time. Okay, so I just realized I gotta get some real good pressure on there. That is by far the best looking one. Starting to get there. Now I got my little swag tool just to get rid of that flared out spot. It's still not exactly pretty, but that is the best one that I've done. I think we're going to get this thing figured out. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. Like I said, this is not in any way meant to be a what am I trying to say? I'm not trying to show you how to do it. I'm just showing you what I just got and what I have a lot to learn on. But anyway, this could potentially be a lot of fun. And like I said, if you're looking to do any kind of get into any kind of shot loading, check out Ballistic Products. I'll put a address somewhere in the description of this. Like they got everything, you know, 12 gauge, 20 gauge, 28, whatever. Reasonably priced stuff too. And I'll also leave a link to this website somewhere. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up because it's getting ugly outside and I need to get out of here and into my house. But I appreciate y'all watching, and I look forward to doing more of this stuff, and hopefully I get good at it soon. Anyway, appreciate you watching. Y'all be good.